Hello, everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up, and it is time for our Make It Monday special evening edition. Normally, I'm doing my Make It Mondays on Thursday or on Mondays at 3, but I had an appointment today, so I'm coming to you tonight at 8 o'clock, and I'm going to just chat here a little bit while you all hop on. And we will get started. I've got lots of things to share with you today. The first being, these are my Just Card kits for the month. And you earn these kits with a minimum $30 product order on my website, which is addictedstamper.stampinup.net. And my January hostess code is there for you. You can place that order anytime between now and January 31st. And you will receive the card kits for these 5 cards. If you are long distance, I do ask for postage, but otherwise, if you're local to me, you can arrange a porch pickup or you can do the in-person class that I have. The kits come with everything you need, including an envelope, all the embellishments. The only thing that's not included is any stamped images. So you would have to supply those, either purchase the images that you want or supply something from your own stash of stamp images that you currently have. And it also comes with a color PDF. Hi, Emmy. Thank you so much for sharing. So these are the January cards. You can also purchase the class outright for $15. Again, you get all of the supplies, the envelopes, etc. No stamped images and the envelopes and the PDF. And again, long distance, I do ask for postage. Okay, so there's that. And then we did this card together last Monday. And this is our Valentine gift card holder. You can slide your gift card in there, or you can slide some cash in there, whatever you like. The winner of this, so for those of you that commented on the video or shared the video, you were entered into the drawing for the card, and the winner of this is Betty Ling. And I don't think I saw Betty hop on yet, but I will make sure that she gets that cute gift card holder for Valentine's Day. And then I wanted to share with you some upcoming new product. Starting February 1st, the All Together product line collection will be available for our customers. And as you can see, we have stamps, we have dies, and we have brand new blends. And that's exciting. I'm all about the blends, right? So there are 5 sets of blends. They're called natural tone stamping blends. And they have numbers on the barrels instead of colors, but it's light, medium, medium deep, and deep. And let me show those to you in person. Hi, Susan. You bet, Betty. Thank you. How's Florida tonight, Susan? Thank you guys for sharing. So here we have the, I believe these are the light tones, and I'm going to actually just color on this piece of Whisper White with them for you so you can see what they look like. That's a great skin tone. That's a great blush color too. And then we're going to move into what I believe is the medium. Oh, no, I think these might be. Those might be the medium lights. Yeah, these are the lights. I had them out of order on my tabletop. Oh, do you hear that squeaking? Okay. Hopefully this is showing up. I'll pull it up to the camera in between so you can see. So this is the light. This is our medium light. Then we're going to move into the medium. Yep, I've got the medium. Got those in the right order. These are going to be great for so many things. Obviously skin tones, right? But also just coloring centers of flowers and wood grains and things like that. Oh, this one cap is on really, really tight. Hi, Dawn. It's chilly. I know. I saw that this morning. Like you had the same temperatures, like 39 degrees I saw down in Florida this morning. So that looks really good. Then we have our medium deep. Okay. Oh, this one if you've been a stamper for a while with Stampin' Up, that one reminds me of chocolate chip, which is a color that I have missed for a long time. Hi, Nancy. Hello, hello. Yeah, these fall in between our soft suedes and our early espressos. That's really awesome. This one has a little bit of a gray tone in it, I think. Okay, so light, medium, medium deep, and deep. So I just have these two out of order. And hopefully you can see those beautiful shades. There are, as I said, 5 sets of new blends. These all come available to y'all coming on February 1st, right? These will actually be carried into the new annual catalog coming in May. But you're probably going to want to grab them before then, because they will only be available in our pairs like we have now, where you will be able to get the whole set of the whole collection of the blends will be available to you for $45 for 10 markers. So that's kind of a nice little deal we got going on there. One number, get them all, right? Oh, okay, religious from here. It was 36 degrees at 3:30 a.m. I don't want to know why you know that, Emmy. What were you doing up at 3:30 in the morning? Unless it was to let the puppy out, maybe, right? All right, so yeah, so that is exciting. Plus, as you saw, there's a stamp set, there's dies, there's designer paper, which I'll be showing you next week that will be available. We'll be together again on January 31st. So it'll be just a nice introduction as we roll into February 1st, right? Yeah, they're pretty awesome. I love all the blends though. All right, so tonight we are going to make a card. It's a fun fold, it's an easel card, and we are using the Blessings of Home. The Blessings of Home is part of the Heart and Home suite that is on page 58 in the mini catalog. And this is what the stamps and the dies look like. If you haven't taken notice to them, they're absolutely beautiful. So you're definitely going to want to check those out. And instead of doing, I've seen a lot of blues and pinks and purples, because again, those colors are actually in the designer series paper that coordinates with this, right? This beautiful DSP down here, Heart and Home 12 by 12. We're going to use cinnamon cider and pale papaya as our colors. So let me show you up close and in person the products that we're going to be using tonight. This is the Blessings of Home stamp. So it has these two beautiful floral images and then all the different greetings in there. It also has, or is bundled with, the die set. So you can cut out your floral image, but then you have all these greenery images that you can use, some little flowers to decorate your projects. Okay. I'm going to use that one because we're going to work with this flower tonight. Oh, okay. Gotcha. And then I'm also using the greetings from Back on Your Feet. This one's been around for a while, but I just love this little stamp set. And I'm going to use the Hope Things Get Better Soon because we're making a Thinking of You card. And the Thinking of You that I'm going to use comes right out of Quiet Meadow. Both Back on Your Feet and Quiet Meadow are in the annual catalog. And we're also going to have a layer of the new Gingham embossing folder that's in the mini catalog, right? This is a fun folder, and I really don't think it matters which side of the design that you use, whichever side you like. So let's get started here. Pull all my pieces out. We're starting, as I said, with cinnamon cider, and then this is a piece of the beautiful Heart and Home Designer Series paper. Of course, all of our DSPs are two-sided. This one has all the whitewashed wood designs, wood grain designs on it. It's a tongue twister right there. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to mount this. And this is not a card base. This is just a flat card because we're going to make an easel card, as I said. So we don't really need or want a full card on the bottom, although you could certainly do that. If you have more that you want to put out there, then that is the perfect way to do it. And don't worry about measurements or anything like that. Shortly after the video is posted, after we're done with the live, I will go in and edit and put in all the measurements, all the supplies that I used tonight. So you can just sit back and enjoy. We do have a piece of cinnamon cider that is 3 by 8.5. And I pre-scored this on the long edge, right? So on this edge in the score or in the paper trimmer, I scored it at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. This is going to be our easel mechanism. So we're going to grab our bone folder. We're going to crease those. And then we're going to build our focal image. So I used color and contour dyes, as you can see here. And we have a layer of cinnamon cider. We're going to put on a layer of pale papaya. This was actually a club card this month. So if you are in my stamp club, you have seen this card, but it was so pretty, I just had to share it one more place. And then I have that layer, that basic white layer of the embossed gingham design. So one side, your embossed is kind of down, and then your solid images are raised, and on the other side, it's just reversed. So you can use whichever side you prefer, which I love folders that are like that. You don't have to worry about getting it backwards, right? Hi, Bryn. This fits right inside of the stitched lines on this particular color and contour die. So put that right in there. And then I have a piece of basic white that we are going to stamp the floral image on with Memento, because we are going to color with blends. So I have a question for you. What Stampin' Up color do we have that you wish we had in the blends and we don't? Anybody have a color they wish we had? Doesn't matter that I caught the edge there because we're going to be die cutting this. And I also want to share a little secret with you, and maybe some of you do this. This green in our designer series paper is, oh, I have a really bad shadow tonight, don't I? Is garden green. We don't have garden green. So what I did is I took the dark Just Jade and I went all over the flowers, or all over the flowers, right? All over the leaves. And there's a lot of leaves on here. We're going to color all the leaves with the dark Just Jade. And then we're actually going to come back over it and we're going to put down a layer of Old Olive. So I've done this before. I've played around with the colors that we do have to try to make a color that we don't have. And I tried, you know, combining like shaded spruce, pear pizzazz, different combinations until I got one that I thought got me the closest to the garden green. And just the dark Just Jade is just a little off from the garden green. If you really just wanted to use that, you absolutely could. And I guess because I'm going to do this layering, I really just have to fill the whole thing in and not worry about shading today. Blushing Bride. Me too. I would love to have Blushing Bride. I'll put it in our sandbox. That's a place where we can request, make different types of requests, but one thing is product requests. So I'll put it in there. So as you can see, it's just changing that Just Jade a little bit, but it's getting us much closer to the garden green shade. So don't be afraid to layer your blends. And, you know, I started out thinking, well, Old Olive was definitely going to have to be on the bottom with the Just Jade on top. But as it turned out, that wasn't the case. We needed to put the Just Jade down. I just found a huge leaf that I missed. We needed to put the Just Jade down in order to take that deeper green to the shade that we want. And you can see, right? I don't know, maybe you can't. But if you look here where I've done the two colors together, you can see the difference between just leaving it as Just Jade and adding that layer of Old Olive, which takes us more to the garden green. So you can experiment with your blends and come up with your colors. Okay, I think that's good. Yes, Gorgeous Grape is one that, hi, Carol. Gorgeous Grape is one that I reach for all the time too. And then I'm always like, what? What do you mean we don't have Gorgeous Grape? Oh my goodness, yes. All right, so Pale Papaya. We're just gonna lay a layer down. I'm not being real fussy here because I'm gonna come back in with the dark Pale Papaya and maybe even a little cinnamon to do our shading and our detail work. And I love when the artists put those artistic detail lines into the stamps for us, so we don't have to try to figure out where the right shadow is or shading to add our depth, right? And I'm doing all the flowers in the Pale Papaya. Okay. So let's do just a little bit of the dark. And if your dark doesn't blend the way you want, then you can just go back over with the light shade to do some blending. But this does give us the depth on the flowers that we're looking for. Makes them pop a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm even going to bring in some cinnamon cider. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to do just the very centers of the flowers. And this is the dark cinnamon. And I'm even going to do just a few lines, right? Just to add a little bit more depth on top of that dark Pale Papaya. Okay, and then we're going to come in here and do the centers of these flowers just to give us the depth that we need. I'm going to bring in my dark Daffodil Delight. I wish we had Bumblebee too. Pacific Point is a blue. And you know, that's probably one of the blues that I don't reach for very often. You guys reach for that one a lot? Pacific Point? And I'm just using my dark one more time to go over that cinnamon cider and just blend it in a little better, right? So you can be as artistic with the blends as you want, or you can just leave it as just a fun coloring exercise. All right, so let me go ahead. Now my die cutting machine sits over here to my left, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Post-it note tape and I'm going to get my die mounted onto my stamped image so that I have an even border going around. And if you don't have Post-it note tape, you can use Post-it notes themselves, washi tape. I bet you we all have washi tape somewhere. And then the sandwich is just the platform, plate 2, and then 2 of the cutting pads. Sandwiching our die and our card, our stamped image. Then peel this off. That becomes trash. Yeah, that's not what I reach for. I'm a big Coastal Cabana. I'm a big Balmy Blue. I use Pool Party, probably not as much as the other 2. Night of Navy, huge. Misty Moonlight. Oh, I'm going to cry. I'm just going to cry when they take away our Misty Moonlight. I really am. Now this one, we are going to actually pop this guy up on dimensionals or dimensional pieces, which is what I've got here. As I can make the scissors work in my hands, right? So always use the bones, the edges, whatever you like to call them on your projects. As crafters, we don't waste anything, right? Okay. And we'll pop this up. You have tons of washi tape. Yeah, I did too. I did too. It is a bright blue, you're right. And see, I am not a brights girl. If you identified with a color family, what color family would you identify with? For me, it would be Regals. How about you guys? I've got just a strip of basic white here, and we're going to stamp that Thinking of You from Quiet Meadow on that. Whenever I have a new stamper, I always say to them, I'm going to drop this down here. Hopefully I'm going to stay in camera. I cannot see white on white. So for me to even attempt to get a good image on that when it was on the white grid, it wouldn't have happened. It would not have happened. But that came out pretty well. And this is just going to go edge to edge across the stem. And I did not put that on with dimensional since we already have the flower raised. I'm just going to let it be my lift for the greeting. Okay, just like that. And now we're ready to mount this onto our easel portion. So when we do this, we are only going to put adhesive down here at the bottom because otherwise it will not bend. We will not be able to sit the card up. So rather than put it on the back of this and potentially go too high, we're going to put the adhesive on the bottom portion here. You can use your Seal Plus, you can use regular seal, you can use Tombow liquid glue, tear and tape, whatever your adhesive of choice is. And then I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to make sure that this is running edge to edge, right? That we're not too far one way or the other. That's the best way to line that up. Between Regals and Brights. So see how it's going to sit up when we're done. Okay, let me find my inside piece here, which doesn't want to come to me. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and stamp that. Hope things get better soon on there. I also reach for the neutrals a lot. I like the Night of Navy. I like, that's crooked. I like the Mary Merlot, I think, is in the neutrals. Better. So I'm probably between that. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. It was a good one. We had fun with this in our club. Okay, so now this portion is the portion that I'm going to adhere and mount to our base. So again, I'm going to flip it over And I'm going to put all my adhesive on the back. And because this is going to have a lot of motion and activity, I'm going to go 3 stripes down and then on the ends, on the top and the bottom. Try to mount this in the center. Normally I would leave that lay flat, but it's pretty far away from me, so I have to bring it up. I think that might be good. Yeah, I think that's good. We're going to flip that. Hey, Jen. We're going to flip that over, find my bone folder, do a little burnishing on the back. Okay. So now we have to figure out what our easel is going to look like. And I have a little bit of a different one for you tonight. So these are our brushed brass butterflies. And as you can see, I've used a lot of them. And we have little ones and big ones. We're going to take one of the big ones. And this is going to become our easel. And if you wanted to take a little bit of, it would have to be a very tiny bit of the, I get it, dimensional. There we go. I'm going to try to put that right in the center. To put underneath that, you could, but guess what? You don't have to. That little butterfly will hold that up just perfectly. And I love these embellishments. These are new in the mini catalog, but they're flat, right? They're nice and flat. So they go through the postal system very easily. You don't get dinged for having bumps and lumps, but you can also use it just as your easel prop. And then that's the inside of our card. You can sign it there or even beneath the butterfly. If you need more room to write, then you flip it over and you just layer a piece of your basic white or your very vanilla, whatever you're using to coordinate with your designer series paper on the back. And you can write a much longer message. It will be private because when they display their card, they're going to sit it up like that to be displayed, right? So we're going to do a little bit more embellishment. This time I want the small butterflies out of here. And we're going to put one on here up in the corner. Okay. Just like that. And then I also have some of the brushed metallic adhesive dots. These were carried over from the fall mini catalog. And you could actually get away with either the gold or the brass. Since we're using the brass butterfly, I'm going to put the brass ones on here. You could absolutely put the gold on, whichever you like. And there is our finished card. What do you think? I just love this effect right there. So, so cute. Right? Okay. Hey guys, that is my Make It Monday for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed that project. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you are not a subscriber, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and even ring the bell so that you get notifications of when I'm live. Don't forget, I'll be back next Monday at 3 o'clock for our next Make It Monday. And I have a fun project planned with celebration item for you next week. Oh, well, we might do a Valentine's card yet. One more Valentine's card, I think, next week. And remember too, all the dimensions, supplies, etc. will be listed below. After the video is posted, just give me a little bit of time to get that up. And remember that the All Together bundle and suite of collection is coming with all of the new blends and all of this beautiful black and white designer series paper and the stamps and dies. So they'll be available to you on February 1st, unless you're thinking about joining the team. And then you can absolutely make them part of your starter kit. All right, guys. Hey, take care. Thanks so much for joining me. Hopefully I will see you soon, either here or over on my Facebook channel. Thanks again. Bye.